Live from the Consulate Studios in Nassau, Bahamas, this is Bahamas at Sunrise. And now your hosts, Ramon Ferreira and Anastasia Palacios.
Good morning, Bahamas. Welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise on a marvelous Monday.
Rumi, you had a good weekend, didn't you? I'm Anastasia Palacios, and it is a pleasure to be in front of your TV screens and welcoming us into your homes this week. We hope that it is a wonderful one for you indeed.
Indeed, and of course, we are always considering it a privilege to be a part of your morning. We want you to have a great week, and here at Bahamas at Sunrise, we want to make you more aware so you can die empty. I think that's our mantra for the rest of the year. But I want to say a very special good morning to Mr. Erlin Sayers. Really good things are going to happen to you today, my friend. And that's for watching Bahamas at Sunrise from day one. So we started this 14-year journey together.
And I have to say a special good morning to Wolf. Met your wife over the weekend. She said you are a huge fan of the show.
Wolf?
And so good morning, Wolf, from the team here at Bahamas at Sunrise.
Hey, we have a great...
It's the type of week we're going to have with Romy today. I already see what's going to happen today.
We have a fantastic show lined up for you. As we said, we have the hottest ticket in town. We're talking about the battle for Atlantis. You want to stay tuned for that. Find out how you can be a part.
We'll also be talking with some representatives from the Bahama Islands Cooperative Credit Union. They've got a Black Friday sale coming up. Yes, ladies, you heard me correct. A Black Friday sale is coming up with the credit union. We'll tell you all about it.
Hey, and of course, if you're trying to figure out just how poor people make it in this country, I don't know if you've been to the grocery store lately. I mean, the cost of food, the cost of eggs. Oh my goodness. Anyway, we're going to tell you a story about the conditional cash transfer, though, from the Department of Social Services, how it's impacting lives in Grand Bahama. We'll talk a little bit more about the cost of living in our Commonwealth of the Bahamas post-VAT, because this is the post-VAT cost of living.
Yeah, and it really is pretty serious. We'll have to see how things work out over the Christmas. But before we get to any of that, we're going to take our first look at weather. I'm hoping that Godfrey's going to bring some sunshine to us after a very wet weekend. Here's to Godfrey Burnside.
Weather at Sunrise, brought to you by Bahamas First in Insurance, today, tomorrow.
Thank you, Star, and good morning, Bahamas. Yeah, first look at weather, Sunrise and Star. Promise you a wet weekend. You got that? So some windy and cooler conditions this week. Do have a strong cold front just to the south of Grand Bahama and Bimini, moving southeastward. Should move across New Providence area sometime just afternoon. A strong high pressure behind that will build, and that will cause some windy conditions into about Thursday. In weather today, we're looking at variable cloudiness and windy with scattered showers, isolated thunderstorms, most of those tapering off by late afternoon, high temperature 84. Tonight, looking at partly cloudy and windy with a few nighttime showers, maybe thunderstorms popping up, mainly over the central southeast Bahamas, your low temperature going down to 70 degrees Fahrenheit. And some regional highs and lows across the Caribbean, Barbados 86 and 78, in Jamaica 88 and 74, Trinidad 88 and 75, and the Turks and Caicos Islands 86 and 77. Across North America, Atlanta 52 and 31, in Raleigh 49 and 30, Miami 79 and 65, Dallas, Texas 56 and 42, and Toronto, Canada 37 and 28. And if I weather look at a windy weekend, windy week into Thursday with a chance of a shower, but mainly partly sunny, partly cloudy skies. Windy temperature daytime will be in the low 80s, at nighttime in the upper 60s, but those temperatures start warming up around Thursday or Friday of this week. That puts her up when you first look at weather Sunrise. I'm Godfrey Burnside. Back to you, Romy.
Thanks, Godfrey. A college basketball showdown as legendary as Atlantis itself is about to go down. And all of this is happening very, very shortly. We have the details for you. We welcome from the team that's putting it all together, that is the Battle for Atlantis, Anthea Butler, who's the Associate Director of Special Events. And we have in the middle, Mr. Quentin Brennan, who's the Director of Special Events, and of course, Jenna Conway, who's the Associate Director of Special Events. All of you, welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning.
All right, well, the Battle for Atlantis is here. So for those who don't know what this means, I think we better begin at the first beginning, as they like to say in Long Island. let's talk about what the Battle for Atlantis is.
The Battle for Atlantis, it's an early season men's Division I NCAA basketball tournament. That's the start.
Big time.
It's big time. It's D1, baby.
All right, so
it is the tournament.
Division I basketball. Obviously, we're talking about basketball being played at a very high level. This is happening at Atlantis. Trying to figure out the name, the Battle for Atlantis. Now, I was thinking the winning team gets to take the hotel. I mean, how does that work?
Not so much.
We get a trophy that represents it.
All right. Well, obviously, you want to promote it. You want people to know. How long has the tournament been going on so far?
Well, this is our fifth annual Battle for Atlantis, and we started back with our inaugural tournament back in 2011.
Yes. And you see, you won Bahamas at Sunrise, so only good things flowed. But to put together something like this at this level, and of course, to maintain the standards of the division, which is certainly very important, a lot of organization must have gone.
Yeah, it's a great deal of organization that's involved with it. We're using the best vendors there are here locally as well as internationally. Right. So
we're local guys and the foreign guys
working together in unison to put forward what we know as the best or the cream of the crop in early season tournament play.
So what can we expect in terms of the layout?
The layout, what we have done over the years, we've created a bowl scenario inside our arena. So we transform 4 walls and door, or what we know as that of the Imperial Ballroom, to now the Imperial Arena.
Well.
Yeah, you do. So we created from a very state-of-the-art arena. So it's just smaller, but just has all of the bells and whistles of any arena that you would have gone in throughout the U.S.
When it's really smaller like that, though, you can really rock it with noise, you know?
It's noise. And we'll talk about it. It's much easier. It's much more intimate. So you feel as if that you're really on the court and playing with a lot of the coaches. So you're right that you can brush up against Coach Bay from Syracuse and the like. So we're so proud of what it is that we have done in the short period of time in 5 years.
Interesting stuff. So, Jenna, what teams are we looking at for this year?
Well, we have an awesome lineup this year. We have Syracuse. We have University of Connecticut, who is coming back. They are first team returning from the inaugural Battle for Atlantis. So that's exciting for us. We're all very thrilled to have them back. And then we have Texas and Texas A&M coming this year. We have Washington, we have Gonzaga, and we have the University of North Carolina at Charlotte.
But this sounds like a lot of teams.
8 teams.
The Atlantean 8. We have 2 Bahamians that's playing also. That's in our tournament this year also. You want to?
In our first, the day 1, game 3 is at 7:00 p.m. and we have Shaquille Clare playing for Texas, and we have Tavario Miller playing for Texas A&M. So they're going to be head-to-head up on the 7 p.m. game on Wednesday.
Really exciting
the
about
battle of the guinea corn grits, huh?
It is. And what's exciting about that game is not only do you have 2 Bahamian players facing off against each other, that's 2 rival Texas teams that pretty much a matchup that's been dormant for the past couple of years. They haven't played each other since 2012. And so you get to see Texas face off at Texas A&M and also Tavario and Shaquille on what could be considered their home court.
So our own playing against, our own, we call it our own, playing in our very own tournament. So it's great to see. Yeah,
good little alliteration.
Yeah.
Now we've established that 8 teams, though. That must mean then this is not all going to happen in a weekend or in a day.
Over a 3-day period.
Give us the dates then.
Okay, the tournament actually starts this Wednesday, November 25th.
That's Wednesday coming.
Wednesday coming, November 25th.
Translated there for our viewers, all right.
And the first game kicks off at 12 noon. And so there are 4 games per day. We have 2 afternoon games and 2 evening games. So those of you who have some free time in the day, you come on out and visit the tournament. And then we have our evening games at 7 and around 9:30.
How do you get the tickets?
Tickets are available now at our Atlantis box office. So you can either come into the box office and purchase in person. You can give us a call. We have a special Battle for Atlantis hotline, which is 363-6602. Or you can shoot us an email at box.office@atlantisparadise.com.
So we're looking at Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
All right. So, I mean, it sounds very interesting. Do we have to book early? How's it going?
Oh, if I were you, it's the hottest ticket in town. Don't wait.
Everybody says that, man.
No. It is by far the hottest ticket in town. Yeah.
All right. So we have 8, the Atlantean 8.
Yes.
So getting ready to square off. Are you offering any odds-on favorites as to who's going to win?
You know what?
We're not going to say.
You have
to be there to see it.
It's almost difficult to call, in all honesty, because you have two teams that are in the top 25 right now, UConn and Gonzaga. But then I don't know what Michigan is going to bring. Then you have Syracuse, and all of the teams are top-notch collegiate teams.
So. Are they just as competitive here as they are in the States? Or do they look at this as, I'm going to the Bahamas and I'm going to relax a little bit?
I think so. I think this is a great measuring tool for a lot of the coaches that will come down year to year. And what we've seen over the years that the road to the Final Four runs through Atlantis. So no, seriously, yeah, it really does. The road to the Final Four really runs through Atlantis, and we've seen it over the years that the teams, or at least one of the teams that would have played in our tournament, would have gone on to at least the Elite Eight, and then with Wisconsin last year going right into the Final Four last year. So we've seen that with Duke, Louisville, Wisconsin, and just to name a few. So we've seen it all.
Yeah, you think that has anything to do with you coming on Bahamas at sunrise?
Of course.
All right, so we didn't talk about price of the tickets, though. We talked about where they're available. Any packages? The best for last.
Exactly, but to say it the best for last, and that's a great question. We have amazing ticket packages available, specifically our group rates that we really want to encourage folks to take advantage of.
Okay.
Groups of 10 or more, tickets start as low as $14.
Yeah. So what I'm going to encourage all of the guys here that are Miami Dolphin fans to just sort of get together. At least they get to see a winning team. If they
You know what? I have nothing to say.
That's all of us. So.
Yeah. Never mind that. Just remind our viewers one last time about the event, how we can get the information, the tickets.
Okay, just give us a call and everything. Visit our website and our Facebook page as well. You can visit atlantisbahamas.com or follow us on Facebook at Atlantis Local.
All right. Well, Anthea Butler, Associate Director of Special Events, Miss Jenna Conway, Associate Director of Special Events, and Quinton Brennan, Director of Special Events and Entertainment. To all of you, thank you so much.
Thank you so much
for being on Bahamas at Sunrise. Congratulations on this wonderful tournament. I know a lot of organization has gone into it. I mean, you guys are just the tip of the iceberg. I imagine it's a huge team.
It's a huge team.
But continue to do well. And we support you here at Bahamas.
Thank you so much.
We're looking forward to seeing you out there.
I'll be right there in the Dolphin jersey. You're watching Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll be back after this.
Good afternoon. First response. How can I help you?
I've been in an accident on West Bay Street. Can you send someone to help?
Yes, ma'am. A first response team will be there in 15 minutes. Are you hurt?
No, I'm fine, but a bit upset.
We're glad you're not hurt. Please, try to relax. Our team will take care of everything as soon as they arrive.
First Response provides immediate on-site service and support from the scene of an accident through the claims and repair process. And it's free to all Bahamas First insured drivers in New Providence, every day for any type of accident. If you drive and want first response on your side, call 321st or visit bahamasfirst.com for the name of an authorized Bahamas First agent. First response can't prevent an accident from happening,
but it can certainly ease your mind when it happens.
Need a business license? Simply apply and pay online with the user-friendly online tax administration system, OTAS. VAT registrations, payments, information, forms, confirmation applications or payments, all online. Even the business license will be emailed directly to successful applicants. So why waste time? With OTAS, our doors are always open. Access OTAS, the online tax administration system, at vat.revenue.gov.bs or email us at taxinquiries@bahamas.gov.bs or call 242-225-7280.
At Henry F. Store Electric Company, we supply all your electric needs for any size project, from residential housing to luxury hotels. We can help you achieve just the right look, from doorbells to chandeliers, table lamps to ceiling fans, wire, conduit, panels, dimmers, switches, plugs, and even tools. And don't forget light bulbs. We have those hard-to-find energy-saving fluorescent bulbs and more. Henry F. Store Electric, number 135 Macklin Street. Over 50 years of reliability, service, and low prices. We also ship to the Family Islands.
Welcome back to the show. Since the early 2000s, Bahamians have loved to travel to the United States to enjoy the popularity of the Black Friday sales deals. Well, this morning, The Bahama Islands Cooperative Credit Union says you don't have to go anywhere. You can stay right here and get the deals of a lifetime with their Black Friday promotion. We're very happy this morning to welcome back our good friend Chandelier Forbes, the marketing manager over there at BICU. And she's brought with her today Mr. Brian Butler, who is the loans manager, which gives me an indication this is about loans. So you're going to want to stay tuned. Good morning and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you.
Now, I want to find out from you, a Black Friday sale.
Yes.
At the credit union.
Yes.
What's going to be happening?
Well, you know, we have realized that there's a need in the country. A lot of persons are looking for homes in particular. A lot of persons also need vehicles. And then you have those persons who around this time of year, they save their money to go shop for clothing and stuff like that. And so we say, you know what, let's encourage persons to use that money more productively, especially when it comes to homes, you know. Instead of going to the US and just waste up that money, and you're probably not going to use most of those clothes for the rest of this year anyway, why not bring that money as your down payment? Because we've put together excellent package deals both on financing of homes and financing of cars. And we want persons to come and see on Black Friday, November 27th at our office on Village Road, what all we have to offer for this.
Okay, so I want to give them a little preamble. What type of rates are people looking at for things like auto loans then?
With auto loans, you're looking at a rate of as low as 7.5% on new vehicles.
Okay.
And vehicles up to 7 years, we can give you an interest rate of anywhere between 10% and 12%.
Okay.
1%, a 1 year old vehicle, we offer 10%. 2 to 3 year old, we offer 12%, and over 7 years, up to 15%.
Okay. And then you said something about home ownership too, right? I know that so many people want to be in their homes for Christmas.
That is so true. I mean, and a lot of persons have it difficult coming up with that deposit.
Yeah.
And so we are financing homes. If you have your own property, you want to construct it or you want to purchase, fine. But what we've really put together, it's so special, is that we've put together a package deal with a local developer.
Okay.
And so for around about 5%.
Wow.
And for most persons, that will include their closing costs. And this is what's so special, because you know normally you need between 15 and 20% if you're going to down payment, you're going to come up with closing costs. And so we have put together a package deal for actually a 2-bed, 2-bathroom, or if you want to get more, but 2-bed, 2-bath starting from $165,000.
You can't beat that, man.
$165,000. We're talking the property and the home in that. And I guess it's just around about 5%, and that will include your closing costs.
Listen, that is, I mean, I don't know how many of you have been researching homes out there, my viewers, but that is an amazing rate. 5%, 2-bed, 2-bath, $165,000. Right. I'm ready to come to this fair now because I need to know what else is happening.
And a rate of as low as 7.5%.
Lower 7.5%.
Over 25 years.
Wow, that's awesome, man.
Cannot beat it.
No, you can't beat that at all. So I want to find out from you then, this sounds really exciting, about the auto loans, about the homes. I know people will be there lined up like they were outside of Walmart. But I want to find out from you, what else do you offer in terms of loans?
Okay, we offer what we call a new member loan, where for the first time, share member coming in, for the first time, we can offer up to $5,000 at very competitive rates and competitive repayment terms.
Okay.
All of our loans have a savings component built into it.
Okay.
So on an average loan, if your payments are $250, $100 of that $250 goes towards building your savings.
Wow.
So over a 36-month period, when you finish with your loan, you say, whoa, I have $4,000 saved.
Wow.
So the credit union, you know, encourages savings as a part of their loan component.
And I think that's what excites me so much about the credit union over, say, some other commercial entities. As I am paying back the money I borrowed, you are ensuring that I have my future well set because I've been saving all along. So that's particularly exciting.
And you know what else is interesting? With our credit union, that savings that you build up, there's also a free life insurance on that.
Wow.
You know, so God forbid something happened to you, your beneficiary basically ends up with double what you had saved. That's just a benefit of saving with the credit union, because your membership it should make a difference.
Yeah, membership has its perks. That's what it sounds like.
It does.
So now, for those wanting to come to the Black Friday sale, do you have to be a member in order to come?
No, most certainly certainly not.
Okay.
This is something we're making available to our existing members. So we want them all to come to, if they can't fit in the property, all 5,600 plus of them, please. But we also, because we're now open to all industries, we're inviting persons just to come. We're going to have a live remote. We're going to have a really good time there. And so we, especially any of our loans require persons to be permanent on their jobs for at least a year.
Okay.
And also be able to get salary deduction. Those are some of the basic requirements. Okay. But just come and get the information. We have so much to offer. I know Mr. Butler didn't mention it yet, but we even have something for government
workers.
Okay, what's happening for government workers?
We have a special program for government workers and quasi-government workers, i.e. national insurance, water and sewage, BEC, the like, where we can offer up to $20,000 unsecured to a government.
I'm sorry, that caught me by surprise. 20,000 unsecured?
20,000 unsecured, provided we receive a salary deduction from the employer.
Okay. So you're about to make a lot of people's Christmas very, very pleasant.
We hope so.
That's the plan. And of course, the thing is, they will be saving. This is the key. You know, it's not just get a loan, but we require you to save.
To save as well.
We also have a generator loan where we partnership with the Generac authorized dealer here in the Bahamas to offer generator loans to our members and potential share members.
And that's 100% financing?
It's 100% financing. It's a rate as low as 6% over a 5-year period.
All right, so 2 things I want to find out from you before you go. 1, how can people get signed up? Is it available online, or do they need to come into the office? I know people want to become members now. They're hearing about these amazing things happening. How do they get signed up?
Okay, so our website is www.biccu.org. On the website, you will find our membership applications. You'll also find all of our contact information, because we may have some other questions. So you can just actually from the website send us an email, and someone will get back to you within a matter of hours. Any question you have. Our office is on Village Road, number 11 Village Road. There's a big sign out to the road. You really can't miss BICCU. Big Q. Okay, we're nearer to Montague side. For those who are not so familiar with Village Road. And so our office hours 8:30 to 3:30 Monday through Thursday, and until 4:30 on Fridays. And the phone number is 601-5900. We also have a toll-free line from our family islands, 225-1045. And in connection with that, we actually have a number of members in Exuma. So we want to say good morning to our members who've been watching us from Exuma.
Good morning, Exuma.
And we're actually coming to Exuma on the 12th of December. Okay, so for those persons who are interested in either becoming members or our members who need different services, especially loans for the holidays, we invite them to call us on our toll-free line, the 225-1045, and make their appointment for the Exuma trip.
All right, and what time do you start on Friday?
On this Friday from 10 a.m. until 4. 10 a.m. until 4.
10 to 4. Yes. 10 to 4. Be sure to catch the Black Friday sale there at Big U. Thank you so much for joining us this morning on Bahamas at Sunrise. All the best with making these dreams come true for the holidays.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
We'll be right back after this.
The Department of Statistics will carry out its annual labor force survey during the period of November. Enumerators with official identification cards from the department will visit selected households in New Providence, Grand Bahama, and Abaco, and will be calling upon residents to complete the questionnaires honestly and accurately. The information obtained will be handled in the strictest confidence and will be used to maintain essential statistical data on our country.
When you think of Andros, think of nature at its best.
When you think of Andros, think of colorful places.
When you think of Andros, think of beautiful people taking care of each other and our guests.
Think Andros.
Think bone fishing. Think Andros. Think diving.
Think Andros. Think people to people.
Welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise. Before we even get to the next segment, we have a very exciting trivia question for you, and it relates to the battle for Atlantis. Question is very simple, and if you know the answer, you get some tickets. It goes like this. Who won the 2014, that's last year, Battle for the Atlantis? If you think you know the answer, dial 322-1000 right now and see if you win. Now we have a very special tape piece. It was done by Travis Edgecombe, and it looks at the Department of Social Services' new conditional cash credit card and how it's impacting the lives of Bahamians, more particularly so those in Grand Bahama.
With the pilot campaign of RISE almost completed, the Ministry of Social Services recently held a town meeting in 8 Mile Rock, Grand Bahama. The meeting was to inform residents of the CCT program, also known as RISE. The ministry's aim is to break the cycle of poverty and to reduce the number of Bahamians relying on social assistance to survive. Minister of Social Services, Melanie Griffin.
The RISE program, the pilot is in 8 Mile Rock. Okay, we expect the enrollment or the proxy means test to be administered as soon as possible, and then very shortly after that we also piloting. In fact, we're piloting in 3 areas. It'll be in 8 Mile Rock, Grand Bahama, in Wolf Road, in New Providence, and possibly Robinson Road Center, and then of course in North Andros. So we're piloting there first, and based on those results then we'll proceed.
She also said that the ministry is prepared to assist residents who were affected by Hurricane Joaquin, but they will still go through the proxy means test.
Well, there will be many persons who would have lost their homes during Hurricane Joaquin, and they certainly will be eligible to go through the proxy means test and be a part of the pilot or be a part of the program. And so I'm certain those persons will be impacted, particularly if they're not able to rebuild their homes on their own. But we know the government is assisting in reconstruction and rebuilding of homes.
The Ministry of Grand Bahama has been working closely with Minister Griffin in assisting with the RISE program. Minister of Grand Bahama, Michael Darville.
Here in Grand Bahama, this particular program, we started out here at 8 Mile Rock, and it was dealing specifically with the cash transfer. Many individuals have access to these cards now, and what it does, it shortens the line. It gives some of those individuals who may have medical problems the ability to access capital without waiting in long lines. So it's brought an excellent relief to many individuals in the 8 Mile Rock area and throughout Grand Bahama.
Deputy Director Kim Sawyer was elated to inform the progress of the RISE program since its inception.
We started at our Wolf Road Center, and the response has been pretty good. So far we've registered over 700 persons in Wolf Road. We then moved to North Andros, where we issued about, I think it was 168 cards. Now those are individuals. So when we registered for RISE, approximately 100 households. And so I think the response has been great so far. We have quite a number of persons on the food program in 8 Mile Rock. So once we move to 8 Mile Rock, I anticipate that we'll have the same kind of enthusiastic response from residents who are coming out to register for RISE.
She also explained the process in place for persons who may suffer from disabilities or illnesses.
They can have an agent appointed, and that is somebody who acts on their behalf. The card is actually placed in the name of the agent. The agent only acts on behalf of that individual. They're not the client of the department. And so they sign an agreement indicating that for RISE, what we're going to do for those people who are, say, bedridden, not able to come into social services, we're going to make provisions for our social workers to go out and to administer the proxy means test to them. Actually, in Andros, we administered the proxy means test 2 ways. For New Providence, we actually asked persons to come in to do a visit. In Andros, the numbers were smaller, so we actually went out and we visited each person, each household that was on the food program. So it really wasn't a need for persons to come into the office, and so we cut out that first step.
This is Travis Edgecombe for Bahamas at Sunrise.
Mr. Turner is in a rush for a chance he doesn't want to miss.
With over 14 destinations to choose from, you can see why he's so eager to experience the world-class staff and service. Sky Bahamas, flying into more cities in the Bahamas than any other airline in the world. When it comes to the skies of the Bahamas, we simply do them better.
When I fly with Sky. Sky Bahamas.
Renewing pride in our people, improving healthy conditions, lending social assistance to families trying to make a change.
The government is implementing CCT, the Conditional Cash Transfer Program, which is proving successful in our region. CCT is a new exciting form of social assistance to help Bahamians break free of the poverty cycle with dignity. CCT provides a cash benefit and many more with an emphasis on improving the health and education of our families. CCT has the advantage of transparency, improved targeting, automation, better monitoring, better processing, improved service, improving client dignity. Call the Social Safety Net hotline at 397-8628. The Department of Social Services. Together we rise.
Inspiring you, rise. Sustaining you, rise. Empowering you to rise.
And now, your hosts, Ramald Ferreira and Anastasia Palacios.
Welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise. We're at the halfway point. It's been an excellent show thus far.
It certainly has been. Looking forward to more good stuff to come. We'll be learning more about that new Pennzoil that Shell is carrying. It's apparently supposed to be very good for your car, and so you want to stay tuned for that.
And, I'd like to learn more about that huge basket of fruit that Timothy Bailey received, sound guy. I noticed he didn't bring any to work this morning, but that's okay. We're going to talk about that. We can deal with you later, after the show. That's all I got to say, but congratulations there, my good friend. Also, there's a new technology in town. It's called Enhancements in Enterprise Content Management and Disaster Recovery Planning Solutions. It's quite a bit. We're going to let you know all about it.
Oh, in addition to that, we don't celebrate Thanksgiving here officially on our calendar, but Bahamians have certainly been enjoying the benefits of Thanksgiving.
We like to eat.
They love to eat the food, Rumi, and so many people have started to have Thanksgiving dinners as a warm-up to Christmas celebrations. We'll have more for you from the kitchen to find out how you can spice things up this Thursday.
And of course, we have lots of American friends in the Bahamas that obviously celebrate Thanksgiving, so we want to say a special pre-happy Thanksgiving to them ahead of time. But all of that and much, much more coming up in the second half of the show. But before we get to any of that, we're going to turn things over now to Godfrey Burnside with our second look at weather.
Weather at Sunrise, brought to you by Bahamas First in Insurance, today, tomorrow.
Thank you, Romy, and good morning, game Bahamas. Just second look at weather, sunrise to tropics. 7 more days left in the 2015 tropical cyclone season. The tropics remain quiet, and tropical storm formation expected during the next 5 days. On the local scene, cold front across the Berry Islands will move across New Providence by midday, and behind that we have a high-pressure system that will cause some windy conditions over the next several days. In your marine forecast, we have a special warning out to boaters to be on the lookout and exercise extreme caution for rough surfs over the next several days, and also the swimmers for the high risk of rip currents, so we want you to stay out of the water over the next several days. Winds today northerly at 15-25 knots, seas 5 to 8 feet over the northwest and central Bahamas, northwest to north at 10 to 15 knots, seas 2 to 4 feet over the southeastern islands. On Tuesday, those winds become northeasterly at 15-25 knots, seas 5 to 8 feet, and they increase on Wednesday northeast to east at 20 to 25 knots, seas and 6 to 9 feet. Your tides, you can expect low tide 11:23 this morning, next high tide at 5:18 this afternoon, low again tonight 11:38. Sunset at 5:20 this evening, rises tomorrow morning at 6:33. UV index 7, your water temperature 78 degrees Fahrenheit, and your moon phase now moving towards the full moon. And your external look, windy and cooler over the next several days, Those temperatures daytime will be in the low 80s, at nighttime in the upper 60s. That was a wrap on your Fine Look at Weather Sunrise. I'm Godfrey Burnside. Back to you, Romy.
Thanks, Godfrey. The Bahamas continues to be on the cutting edge when it comes to technology. And this morning's special guests are no different. They're from the Open System Technology. And we're welcoming back to our studios Mr. Peter Bridgewater. And he's joined this morning by Kevron Sands. So, gentlemen, welcome.
Welcome.
Bahamas at Sunrise. Let's talk a little bit about the technology that you're offering, though, Peter. Remind our viewers, you were here before.
Yeah.
And, of course, we know that good things happen from that point to now.
Well,
you've grown from strength to strength. So let's talk a little bit about it.
Well, it's been 14 years since we've been coming on Bahamas at Sunrise and promoting our product. And so I'm happy to be here again,
Sure.
as well as along with Mr. Kevron Sands, who's just recently completed his training at DocuWare in New York as a certified DocuWare support consultant. And so I'd like to congratulate him on that. And I'm sure he'll have a few words to say about his training in New York. But what we wanted to talk about was some of the new enhancements in enterprise content management solutions that we provide. We recently signed with a new vendor as well, Highland OnBase, which provides solutions for higher education, healthcare, and finance.
Let's break some of this stuff down. These are some mighty hefty phrases. What are the services that you're offering encapsulated into,
Well, what we provide to our customers here in the Bahamas is we enable them to be able to scan and capture and store the information electronically.
Exactly. And so how is that beneficial?
Well, one of the things that it does is that it enables them to be able to access this information electronically.
Right.
They're able to share that information, and there's also the security of that information where they can ensure that that information is protected.
Now, here's one interesting thing about it. If you're a small business, like the majority of businesses in this country are actually small businesses, and you're not really interested in renting spaces for your files. Files can be kind of bulky.
That is very true, because we have customers that have millions of pages that have been scanned and stored electronically.
Excellent.
But one of the things that we're also offering too is a hybrid solution, an on-premise or a cloud solution, so that they're able to store that information in the cloud.
I see. So, Kevron, you're a part of the process now. You're certified. Congratulations. Let's talk a little bit about how this all came about.
Well, it took place in New York. We did a lot of intense training, I can do like mobile. I can do mobile interface. Do specialize in storage. Anything you need, I can basically.
So I can go and look at my filing room at the thousands upon thousands of pages, and I can say, Kevin, I need you.
DocuWare is just like Google.
Yeah.
He's the man.
Excellent stuff. Though. What I like, though, is the building of the capacity. Obviously, you've invested in this young man here and building your institutional capacity, and I think that's really good.
Well, that's something that we are going to continue to do, because we see a lot of need for businesses, even small businesses, being able to store information, because it makes the ease of doing business much more efficient and much more productive. And so bringing Kevron on board is one of the steps that we're going to take, especially in 2016, to also bring on additional DocuWare support consultants and additional consultants in disaster recovery.
Now, you retain a certified document imaging architect. I'm trying to wrap my mind around that. What exactly does that mean?
Well, what that is that's a in our industry in document imaging or knowledge management, it's a certification that enables you, or in our industry, to be able to implement document management solutions, change management solutions, and enable customers to be able to store and access that information electronically.
Now I'm thinking, my mind's racing here. I'm thinking we just had the recent hurricane. Obviously, lives were disrupted. Businesses were disrupted. Files and information and records, important records, may have been compromised.
And that is very true. And through using document management, it enables you to have access to that information stored electronically. As a matter of fact, one of the other solutions that we're providing is called the Communicator, and it enables disaster recovery planners or to be able to send high-speed notification messages to persons in harm's way. As a matter of fact, we introduced it 14 years ago here in the Bahamas, no takers yet, and it enables the communicator to be interfaced with the Doppler radar system so that automatically it could send notification to various areas based on a GIS map to notify persons via their cell phones or whatever communication device they have automatically on a pending hurricane or whatever types of scenarios that are coming.
Now, you know, Bahamas at Sunrise, we've been on air for about 14 years, so we have loads of VHS tapes. We have loads of VHS tapes. I'm also sitting here thinking, wow, you should be able to convert that, and we could be able to get rid of that tape. So is that something you can do then, Brother Sands?
Yes, sir.
Let's talk a little bit about how you ended up in this industry, though. Is this something that happened to you as your life's journey unfolded, or is this something that when you were in high school you said, I'd like to be an imaging architect?
It's something that came out on the life's journey.
It's interesting. Are you enjoying it?
Yes, sir.
How long have you been doing this kind of stuff?
Say about 5 months now.
5 months. So you're about to spread your nuptial wings.
Yes, sir.
You ready to sort of put in the groundwork to ease him into the rocking chair eventually?
Yes.
That's the plan.
Listen, what I like though is to give young people a chance. It's always good. Teach them a skill. It's always good. And at the same time, providing a very important business solution for people out there. And I think, you know, that's what it's really all about. And as I sit here and I listen to you, I'm thinking lots of our viewers may want to be in contact with you and say, you know, maybe we need you to come and just take a look and show us, take us through the steps where we could sort of make our business and our records more secure and bolster it.
Well, that's something we're happy to be able to do. They could call us at 328-6736, which is open. And myself or Kevin would be happy to talk to them along with our DocuWare sales assistant in terms of how implementing a document management solution will enable them to ease the way of doing business and improving efficiency and productivity in the organization.
How do you make the choice between whether or not to go with the cloud or just go with storing it on your own computer or some other device?
Well, one of the things we found here in the Bahamas is many businesses like to have an on-premise solution. Okay, even though the cloud solution is very attractive, an on-premise solution gives you much more total control of your information. And so since being in a jurisdiction like this, we have seen more customers prefer to have a on-premise solution, but we feel that over time, a hybrid solution with an on-premise, with a cloud backup is going to be the way forward.
After you've sort of stored your stuff digitally and whether on-premises or in the cloud, what then becomes of your hard copies and your records and that sort of thing?
Well, this depends basically on each organization. You know, they have a retention period in terms of keeping these documents. Right now, it's illegal in the Bahamas to store information electronically, like for invoices and statements. So those things are bulky and they take up storage space. So here is where you can save money and cost in terms of storage for that by storing that type of information electronically.
What about cost efficiency? You know, the cost factor is always the bottom line. In a small business, cash flow is king. And a large business as well, actually in any business. What about the price competitiveness?
Well, that's a very interesting point that you brought up, because just recently at Mark Turnquist's seminar, we presented to them, to small businesses, how they can use electronic document management or enterprise content management to give them the benefits that large companies do. And what we highlighted was that even if they was to take just 5% of their revenue or their startup costs and invested in technology like enterprise content management, it gives them the ability to be able to get that step or create that foundation for being able to further and direct their attention to the strategy of their business rather than just record keeping.
Well, thank you so much, gentlemen. I certainly appreciate you coming on Bahamas at Sunrise, supporting us all these years. We support you. Congratulations to you. Mr. Sands, well done. Looking for great things. Mr. Bridgewater, thank you. Congratulations again, especially for giving this young man a chance. And of course, being a part of Bahamas at Sunrise, where only good things will happen to you.
Yes, thank you.
You're watching Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll be back after this.
With our striking, beautiful waters
and loyalist tombs
and even warmer hearts.
And there are no people like the people of Exuma.
We are the people.
We are the people.
We are the people of people to people. Exuma.
Volunteer as a people-to-people ambassador today.
Are you behind on your real property tax? The Department of Inland Revenue is offering shelter. From now until December 2015, the DIR is extending a waiver of the property tax surcharge to registered owners of residential properties in one of two ways. One, set up a standing order or salary deduction arrangement to pay your property tax arrears and the current tax. Or two, pay your outstanding tax bill in full. To learn more, call the Department of Inland Revenue at 242-225-7280 or email us at taxinquiries@bahamas.gov.bs.
The Sun Oil launch of Pennzoil, and you're going to want to listen up because this revolutionary product, they're telling me, is going to change my life. I don't have to spend as much time at my mechanic store because this oil is that good. And right now I'm here with Clinton Roll, and Clinton is going to be giving us a little experiment just to prove to you that the oil is as good as he says it is. Clinton, welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Thank you, it's a pleasure to be here.
Now Clinton, what is it exactly that we have happening right here?
So what we have here is a simulation of the process that converts natural gas into a base oil liquid for our lubricants, our Pennzoil Pure Plus technology, which we are launching here tonight. Okay. So what we can see here is basically the Pennzoil lubricant is made from natural gas, which is a gaseous product, of course, it's a vapor. It's condensed to a liquid, and so at the end of the day, you end up with a product that's looks like this. This is what formulates our base oil for Pennzoil. It's 80% of the product. Of course, it's enhanced with additives to improve its performance in the vehicles. But when you compare this versus the traditional conventional oils, right? This is what a base oil looks like that is refined from crude. So even though it has been purified, the fact that it's discolored, there are still impurities that exist within this base oil. So you're starting off your product at a much cleaner point. This is 99.5% pure base oil. Okay. So with this and with the additives packages that we add into the product, this gives you superior performance. It improves the fuel economy of your car. In fact, it has been said to improve your fuel economy by 2%. Wow. So that means you save on fuel.
So that means if I'm using this type of oil, I'm saving on fuel. Yes. I'm saving on wear and tear because I'm having cleaner oils in my car, lubricating the car, so grime isn't building up as quickly.
Active cleansing technology. So not only does it keep your car clean, it also has technology that actively attacks the buildups that have built up in your engine over time. So over a period of time, this will actually clean your engine and make sure that your pistons are clean, there's no wear and tear, so your oil consumption is actually less. With the Pure Plus technology, this product can last. This product has a very extended oil drain interval. Of course, we encourage people to follow the recommendations by their car manufacturers, but there are tests that show that this oil can go up to 20,000 miles. Of course, we want people to follow their engine, the OEM's recommendations, but that's the capacity of this oil because it does not have all the impurities that the other one does. It lasts longer, it resists degradation, it resists thermal decomposition, it's very resilient.
Listen, I'm smiling a lot, but it's because I'm so excited about this Pennzoil product. I'm thinking about buying a hybrid car, and I'm looking at all these reasons why hybrid might be better, but if I'm able to just change the oil in my car to something clean and pure, I can get the same effect.
That's right, and you know, this oil, we recently launched our fuel economy gasoline. Right. These two work together because this is the gasoline is helping to clean your engine. This is helping to make sure the pistons and the parts of that engine also remain clean. So between the fuel and the lubricant product, if you're using them, you will get the maximum bang for your buck when you purchase the Pennzoil Ultra Plus or you use your fuel economy gasoline with Shell.
Listen, so I'm really excited. I know that I can get the great gas at Shell. I know now that I can get Pennzoil at Shell. Is it only at Shell, or will people in Grand Bahama be able to enjoy the benefits of this as well?
Yes, indeed. We have our folks at Focol in Grand Bahama. So this product is actually on the market in Freeport today as we stand here. So it's in Freeport. It's available at our Shell service stations nationwide. And also it's available at selected independent retailers. So over the next few weeks, we will see a very strong marketing campaign to make people aware of this product and its benefits and where it's available.
All right. Well, you heard it first here on Bahamas at Sunrise. Listen, I was going to say sun oil, but it's because I'm really excited about the Penn's oil that's about to go into my car. You're watching Bahamas at Sunrise. Thank you so much for being with us, Clinton. We're going to be right back.
One thing, two things, blue thing, old things, things that are small, things that are grand, things that fit just right in the palm of your hand. Fox Hill Nursery, a large selection of garden supplies. If you can see it in your mind, you can find it at Fox Hill Nursery.
Welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise. Listen, I hope you've been paying attention to us all year when we encouraged you to work out, when we encouraged you to eat right, because guess what? It's a holiday season, and now we're cooking up in the kitchen with Chef Corey Small. Chef Corey, welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Thank you, thank you.
It is such a pleasure to have you back whenever you come back. I know we're talking food, and that always makes me pretty happy.
Right.
What do we have cooking today?
Okay, right now we have a herb roasted butternut squash soup with coconut milk and curried spices.
Man, coconut milk, curried spices, and butternut squash. It
All
sounds good, Corey. It sounds good.
So we're going to get started by adding, let's say, teaspoon of butter.
Okay.
A lot of milk.
So that's a teaspoon of butter that we just put in there.
Yes.
Okay.
Then we're going to add a half a cup of onion. Diced.
Teaspoon butter, half cup diced onion.
Teaspoon of thyme.
All right, I got it in my backyard. I found something to do the thyme. So teaspoon of thyme, put that in there.
A pinch of garlic.
Okay. Just a pinch of garlic.
2 bay leaf.
2 bay leaves.
A pinch of cracked black pepper.
Cracked black pepper. Not just regular black pepper, cracked black pepper.
And I'll just stir.
And it smells so good in here.
So we're gonna what I do, I add brown sugar.
Okay.
Brown sugar is, we know is a sweetener, so it brings out some of the essence of the pumpkin.
Okay.
With the food.
Okay. Just a little bit of brown sugar to bring it all together.
This is a very quick soup. We're going to add some white wine.
Okay. Oh, yeah. And so this is just regular white wine. You don't need to get specific cooking wine.
No, no, regular.
So see, your local bar can come in handy.
And we're going to add a coconut milk. It's about a cup of coconut milk.
Good.
And then our butternut.
All right. Now, Corey, you also have something called My Kids Lunchbox, and in that you focus on giving people healthy, nutritious meals.
Yes.
I'm looking at the ingredients you put in here, and this seems like this is actually pretty good stuff for a holiday meal.
Yes, we do. And actually, we also have a My Kids Lunchbox menu for kids for Thanksgiving.
Okay.
And we offer a healthy alternative for Thanksgiving meal. So we add the stuffing, we have the turkey, and we have the vegetables as well.
Okay.
So we're not catering to adults this year, I'm sorry. We're going to be catering to the kids.
Catering to the kids and making sure that the food is getting healthy.
Yes.
Okay.
So we're going to allow us to come to a good steam. For me, I prefer for my pumpkins, my squash should be a bit hard because I want to taste it in my soup.
Okay.
And it actually helps the soup to thicken as well.
Okay.
So you don't have to add a thickening agent to this, like a flour or a baking soda or anything with that. This just goes straight into thickening like this.
Okay.
Okay.
And I love that because that means that we're reducing the amount of calories we're putting in this thing too. And so that's really good.
So it's an all natural soup. It's just everything is all natural, nothing preservative or anything in it.
Okay.
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 So if you have a blender, it actually works with a blender as well.
Okay.
So what you're going to do, you're going to pour everything inside your blender and give it a quick chop, and it goes straight into serving.
Okay.
All right.
I'm going to let you do your thing.
Yes.
This is just bubbling just right. If you were in the studio right now, you don't want to know what I'm going through in terms of the smells. It's so good. Can't wait to taste what Chef Corey is cooking up for us. Every time he comes, it's something fantastic. Now, Corey, how can people reach you if they want to find out more about you and the work that you do?
We're actually on Facebook at My Kids Lunchbox, and we actually have a website, mykidslunchbox.org, and also Flavors Catering website as well.
Flavors Catering as well as My Kids Lunchbox. That's how you can reach Chef Corey Small for all of this goodness that I'm about to enjoy. I know Rumi's going to sneak in here soon and try to get some of my food. I'm going to pray about sharing. It's Christmas after all. All right, and so that just blended right in. We've seasoned everything down in this, and now we've kind of made ourselves the thick soup in the blender. Wow. And what is that you're adding to it, Corey?
It's coconut milk.
More coconut milk. Now that is what you call talent. Look at how good that looks.
Go right in and taste it.
And I can taste it.
Yes.
Oh, I get to taste chili.
Okay.
Romy, I see you coming in there trying to get some of this good stuff.
Go ahead. Don't hurt yourself, though. One spoonful at a time.
Oh my goodness, Romy, this is so good.
I believe you.
Sorry.
So, Chef.
Yes, sir.
Is this something that the average person can do, or is
it's something quick? Most of our recipes, we try to take the complication out of it and make it simple for persons to do at home.
Okay.
You want to eat 5-star, you want to eat healthy, so we try to eliminate the process of making food difficult.
I got you.
So we make it quick, simple, easy, and also tasty.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the tasty part. Let's run down one or two of these ingredients again, because you get the whole lot out there smelling so aromatic.
Yes, sir. So we have onions, we had thyme, we had bay leaf, garlic, coconut milk, brown sugar, curry powder, and black pepper. Black pepper.
What is that for again?
White wine.
Oh. Is that motivation for the chef?
Well, with my company, we try to use wine. I train in a French restaurant, so wine was everything.
Okay.
So we try to use wine. Cooking, it's not always about drinking. You can compare food to wines and stuff like that as well. I also did a turkey as well with a red wine reduction cranberry sauce. I'm just going to slice it up for you guys. You can be able to taste that as well.
Well, go. Don't let us hold you back, man.
Listen, we are here enjoying our meal. Thank you so much for watching us here on Bahamas at Sunrise. Happy Thanksgiving to all of our American viewers. And we'll be back on Friday. No more food for you just yet. We promise we got some more for Christmas. Thank you to Chef Corey Small, and thank you to you for watching. We'll see you on Friday.
Oh yeah, she's looking good, man. You see her.